Guys, this story of this being a chlorine mixed with sarin gas attack is bunk. It's a total lie. Well, I shouldn't say it's a total lie. Yes, there was an attack. And yes, it wasn't a chemical attack. It was a biological agent. In the last two videos I showed you, there's very serious evidence, enough to my mind, anyway, to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt they're testing biological weapons in this area. The one in particular is rabies. Weaponized rabies. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things that disprove this story and show you a couple of other things to think about why they're doing it and what their end game plan is. Now, I want you to look at this picture real quick. This is supposed to be from the attack, apparently, because it's 4 days ago. And I want you to look at that and look at that. And one more thing. And there. Okay, so you see all those pictures? There was another one here. Oh, there's another one. Now, let's go to the story. Let's see if I can find it here. Hold on. Alright, there you go. Gas attack reportedly killed men, women, children in Syria. Here's why the deadly chemicals feel like a knife made of fire in your lungs. Hospital in Douma, Syria was reportedly attacked with what may be sarin and chlorine gas. That by itself is a problem, but we'll get to that in a minute. On Saturday night, barrel bombs filled with chlorine and sarin gases reportedly fell on or near a hospital in Douma, Syria, killing dozens of men, women, and children. Really? Does that look like night to you? Does that look like night? See, there's another problem with the picture, too. Chlorine is a very heavy gas. It sinks and rolls along the ground into areas. We've had these accidents with these rail cars here in the U.S., and it does. You have the accident and this stuff slowly works its way into a town. It doesn't disperse very quickly because it's so heavy. The problem with this is that if you're dropping barrel bombs of chlorine gas, you are never going to have enough that, and I'm assuming they're saying barrel bomb, meaning that there's some kind of an explosive, that you're never going to have a concentration enough in outside to kill anybody. It might make somebody's eyes run for a minute, but the human nose can detect chlorine in very minute amounts. If this is really what they're showing here, all the pictures I've seen show daytime. And on top of that, chlorine chemically destroys sarin. They don't play well together. One would destroy the other. The other way you destroy sarin is by incinerating it, exploding it. So whatever amount of sarin that wasn't destroyed by the bomb itself would have been destroyed by the chlorine. And this whole nonsense about foaming mouths, chlorine doesn't cause this. And if it was the sarin that caused this, that didn't come from the bomb. Now, just to show that I'm not making this stuff up, this is how you destroy sarin. Water and bleach. Water and chlorine bleach. Identically the same. No difference. You wouldn't even risk it. Why would you put one chemical in that could destroy the poison that you're trying to poison people with? And they did a very good job of it, actually, in the movie The Rock. You have to handle that stuff, sarin, in a very particular way, and usually you aerosolize it. You spray it. You don't explode it over an area. It doesn't work that way. Now, I made the allegation of rabies. Look what I found. Well, imagine that. The country that is launching on Syria, that they're now going to supposedly retaliate because of, is in the middle of a rabies epidemic, ever so coincidentally. Partially due to Israel's diplomatic crisis with Jordan. Yeah, because coyotes are really, you know, part of diplomatic crises, whatever. And there's such a problem that, yep, you read that right. Snipers slated to defend Israel's borders against rabies. Yeah. Maybe rabies vectors. The new weaponized rabies that gets into human beings and causes them to foam at the mouth, become aggressive, and bite other people. Who knows? You don't find this to be odd? And you'd have to ask, and I've seen this down in the comments, why would they unleash a biological weapon? It could come back and hurt them too. It could, get, to where it could contaminate their own people. I don't know why it does this every time, but there you go. Iran made rabies vaccines to hit market 2019. What a coincidence. Boy, Israel in the middle of a rabies outbreak where they're using snipers. Iran, ever so coincidentally, set to release a rabies vaccine in just a matter of less than a year. And we have this magical story of sarin and chlorine, two chemicals that would destroy each other, in a bomb. We see evidence of rabies. We've seen that Iran has tried to put this out. I showed in the last video that this has already been talked about. And in case anybody doesn't know what that is, I'll try to cover that here, where they talked about this years ago. Pre-planned, weaponized, and released. Let's see if I can jump to it.
And I appreciate the opportunity. And before we get into that, I was listening to your show earlier talking about the Alabama shooter. I totally agree with you that he was most likely on Prozac or some other psychotropic med.
Well, it's coming out the German was under psychiatric care, so he's guaranteed on it, but go ahead.
Right. I just want to bring out the fact that vaccinations can also cause violent behavior. There's an excellent book entitled Vaccination, Social Violence, and Criminality by Harris Coulter, which the listeners can obtain from ThinkTwice.com. And there's certain areas of the brain that, in fact, lead you to become violent. I have in front of me a book published by NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, called The Biology of Aggression, which is, it's over 600 pages long. They're actually researching to see what areas of the brain they can affect to make people violent, and they're using rabies virus to do so.
Yes, now, Doctor, I've read the medical.
You can watch the rest of that in the previous video. So this has already been talked about, already been covered by other people. And the last thing I want to show you is a video that I don't know who shared it with me, but I'm glad they did. I forgot the person's name. I'd love to give you a shout out, but going through lots of comments, watch this. This is a 2-minute video, and I'll just let it play out the end here. See the fake foam? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. To anybody with a thinking mind, you will see what they are trying to do. So I'll leave it there. Like, share, subscribe.